What is cyclical versus defensive? Cyclical companies are those that see higher revenue growth when the economy is growing and lower revenue growth, sometimes contractions, when the economy is in recession. Defensive companies keep humming along whether or not the economy is growing. Okay, that all sounds a bit complicated. How does that actually work? Let's use an analogy first before we dig into this. Your kid or your nephew or your niece is growing. I don't know you, bear with me. The kid is getting larger and will need bigger clothes and more food with an increased appetite. The fridge gets fuller and the clothes in the kid's room gets bigger. The economy kind of behaves the same way. Let's say unemployment drops and wages rise. People have more money to spend. They'll likely have a little extra cash to spend, and they'll buy what we call discretionary goods, or goods that people don't need but that they want. They'll buy more fancy coffee, go to restaurants to eat, buy more clothes. Consumer discretionary stocks like restaurants, food shops, retailers, apparel makers might perform well. Also, industrials will do well. With more economic activity comes more building, more demand for construction, more demand for equipment to build things, more demand for materials and commodities like metals and oil, and so on. People make less money, less activity ensues. Consumer discretionaries, industrials, materials, oil will get dragged down. Banks and financials who finance this activity will also get dragged down on lower demand for capital. But what about those defensives? People always need toothpaste, household items, Kleenex, Clorox, milk, eggs, groceries, essentials. You get it. Consumer staples are defensive. Revenue growth rates remain stoic when the economy falters. The downside, those revenues sometimes don't grow as fast as those of cyclicals when the economy does well. Also defensive, healthcare and utilities. There's always demand for health insurance and gas in your home. You can't get sick with nothing to do about it, and you can't freeze in the winter and burn in the summer. Here's the point. When investors expect a recession, defensive stocks can rally. People expect an economic boom, watch those cyclicals.